somebody got some money, and it's been waiting for a little while here, man. Mr. James Cook finally decided to full play either a full practice or what have you. We'll get into that one. But the Buffalo Bills and running back Cook have agreed to a 4-year, $48 million extension with $30 million guaranteed. Cook is coming off back-to-back years with 1,000 yards rushing. He had 207 carries, 1,009 rushing yards last year, 4.9 yards per attempt, which was good for 6th in the league, and 16 touchdowns, which, crazy enough as it was, ties the Bills' record for franchise history for most touchdowns in a single season. Not OJ, not the Juice, not any of these other guys. It was James Cook that tied it for the all-time record of 16. So that's pretty big news for them. G-Mike, do you think this is the right move for the Bills and about damn time, in my opinion?
Definitely right time for the Bills. Right thing to do by the Bills for sure. I mean, that duo with Josh Allen and James Cook, it's been working over the years, and I feel like it's going to continue to work. Josh Allen loves to get rushing touchdowns, so does James Cook, but he actually gets receiving touchdowns as well. He's a dual back. He can block. He's fast. I mean, the guy just has it all, really. I think he was just waiting for the right opportunity to say yes to this contract. I don't think he was ever going to leave the Buffalo Bills. I think he just wanted to wait until the closest time for the regular season to come by to get his money because he knew other running backs were going to get paid. For example, Kyron Williams, he got 3 years, $33 million. He was probably waiting on these type of running backs to get their money so he could be like the last one in line, and he'll be like, yo, you know what? This guy got $1 million per year. Yo, I'm trying to get $12 million per year. What's up? And he got another year on top of that. Another year of security blanket on top of that. So I think it's a smart move by him on holding out. I mean, sometimes the holdouts don't really plan well. For him, it did. And the Buffalo Bills, they appreciated for what he's been doing these last few years, and now they solidified their running back for the next 4 years.
Yeah, no, I think this is great for the Bills. I think, though, I agree with you. I think the writing was on the wall. I don't think James Cook ever really was going to hold out. They technically did have him under contract one more year, so no matter what, he was just in a bad situation of that he was going to be stuck there regardless. They could have franchise tagged him if they wanted to. So I'm glad that they didn't have to go through all that ugliness, and he finally got the money that he deserves. And it's a contract that I think that he actually wanted. He wanted to make a roundabout this, is what he said in the offseason. So the fact that he actually got that money, I think, is good, and I think it's a good contract. And realistically, I think what the best thing is for the Bills in this one is that he's young, and then he fits exactly what they're trying to do. They have a great running back core right now. They got Davis, they got Cook. I love what they're doing, and I think that it's going to be really big. And because if you watch what they did last season, everybody kind of thought they were going to be down, and they had one of the best years they've had. Almost every player on the team offensively caught a touchdown. So I'll caught a pass at least. So I think that they have changed what they want to do, and I think James Cook fits exactly what they're going to be doing.
Yep. And I was gonna add on top of that, though, too. Like, yeah, we all know, though, too, like with Buffalo, they do have a very versatile offense, but every offensive system needs their bell cow back, so to say. And I know that's something we don't really hear a lot of nowadays. Running backs really aren't doing like 400 or 300-400 carries in the season much anymore. But still, you still need that lead guy. You still need that guy that you put the ball in his hands. He's going to get you first down. He's going to score when it gets close to the goal line. And that's exactly what James Cook is for Buffalo. So it's good that you're able to sign your marquee guy in the backfield to an extension like that. And he's just such a versatile weapon for them. And again, good, great news for Buffalo this season. Just gets even better for him.
Yeah, and piggyback off what you just said about teams not really using running backs like that to carry the ball 300, 400 times. There's probably like less than 10 running backs around the NFL that really get the ball 400 times a season, 400 carries. But when you really look at the numbers, man, the teams that have more success are the teams with a prolific running back. Because if you have a prolific running back that is very agile, that is speedy, that can catch the ball, that can block, that can get you every single time that he's getting a carry, get you more than 5 yards or 10 yards a carry, that just opens up the play action. That opens up so many things when it comes to the pass. So that's just a recipe for success for quarterbacks and receivers to be the top level of their game when they have a running back that they can rely on. For example, James Cook, Saquon Barkley. Like, the list goes on and on throughout the NFL, and it's just like I don't understand why these NFL teams think that they can just do it with the quarterbacks and the receivers when it's a team-oriented game. You need to run the ball as well, especially when you're on 3rd and short. What are you going to try and do? You're going to try and throw the ball, throw a slant, throw a little curl to try to get the first down? Nah, I'd rather give it to Derrick Henry and be like, yo, you got 2 yards to go. You going to get through there or not?
Yeah.
The probability of him getting that first down is way higher than a probability of a receiver catching a slant with a corner strapped to his chest and a linebacker ready to take off his helmet.
Yeah, it seems like we're kind of balancing the league back out again on offense in terms of passing and running. For the last 10 years, it seemed like passing just took off and running backs were basically non-existent. But now we're starting to see the importance of having a good running scheme on your team. Like you said, it sets up the play action, sets up the deep ball so well. But now we are seeing an adjustment where you're not relying on just one guy solely and then maybe one guy for third downs. No, you do have a stable of 2, maybe even 3 guys, but it is all still based around that one guy that you can trust that's going to get the majority of the carries. And whatever his weaknesses are, you have other backs to kind of build around there and shore him up. Case for the Bucks. Bucky Irving, super agile, super quick. Maybe not necessarily the best pass catcher, although he did have still a decent season receiving wise. That's what you got Rachaad White for. Rachaad White can also pass block on 3rd down too. He's not the biggest guy, so you got Sean Tucker that can be that goal line backer for you. So having all these different weapons, but building it around one central back is something that I'm really happy to see. I'm happy to see the run game starting to get implemented again in football again, not just screen passes all the time to running backs. I'm glad that we're kind of getting a return to balance, so to say.
Yeah, I mean, just like, old clothes, never get rid of them because it's always going to come back around. Ergo, the Philadelphia Eagles, what were they based off of? Strong defense and a hell of a run game. And that's what won the Super Bowl last year. So I think you're completely right. I think that it's making a return back to the old school. What's that?
Jalen Hurts went off. I'm not gonna lie. Jalen Hurts went off. That boy threw for
I'm saying, but I mean, realistically, I think the Eagles season was predicated around Saquon Barkley.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you go back to the Super Bowl
game, I was talking about the game.
But see, that
Jalen Hurts is playing great every single Super Bowl that he's been in so far. That's been his best game he's ever played in his career. So I mean, it's not like a shot at Jalen Hurts. It's more of I think that old school mentality of the playing defense and having a run game. It's like borderline go back to Leatherhead style, it's all that. That's what it's going kind of back to, I think, and I think we're about to see a resurgence. Yeah, I think we're about to see a resurgence again.
Now you're seeing as well, though, too, how that sets you up then for the big game. Everyone's expecting the run, so you just bomb them downfield, and look what happened.
And you can still use the running back when you need to, man. You can still use
Correct. Yeah, and James Cook, with they got this whole starter thing on it, is one of those dual threat backs that can catch in the backfield and just straight run the ball as well. I mean, I would have never thought if you would ask me who was he 4th, I was saying, in the league in carries, yards per attempt, 4.9. That's pretty damn good for a running back. And I would have never thought it'd been James Cook. I mean, he just seems like a smaller back, but that just means that the Bills' offensive line was good and that James Cook knows what the hell he's doing. So I think it's a great move for Buffalo that they shored him up, and like you were saying, Team Mike, for 4 years. So that's going to be a great move for them moving forward.
Yeah, imagine if you're a running back and you're getting the ball every single time you get the ball, you get 4.9 carries, 4.9 yards per carry. That means every two downs, the running back is going to get a first down. Recipe for success.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence just needs to throw it for 20 yards, and you can have the other guy kick it for 70. I mean, you're pretty much on the right track right there.
I'm just pissed that wasn't that doesn't count towards the record. That was amazing. And he had room to spare.
Hell of a kick out there, man. Hell of a kick.
He could have made it from 73. I think he had room to spare.
Oh, easily. Yeah, no, I totally agree.
There's a lot. Before we move on, there's a lot of kickers. If you watch pregame and you watch their highlights and their practices, there's a lot of kickers that can kick from 70. The thing is that when you're in a game and you got that pressure on you, especially if it's to win the game, that it's different, bro. It's different. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of kickers can kick 70 for
also,
sure. No hate towards him. Obviously, that's dope that it happened in a preseason game. But I feel like he could do that in a regular season game for sure if he just doesn't let the pressure get to him.
Well, and also too, there is a rule change now where kickers are allowed to alter the balls. I want to say double the time that they used to be able to. I think before the games they had like 2 hours to like kind of get it set. I think now it's like 5 or 6. So now you're giving them more time to be able to kind of make it to their liking. So I feel like this year, either this year or next year, you're going to see Justin Tucker's kicking record just get broken big time.
Probably.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that, man. But yeah, that was one hell of a play though. So shout out to was it Cam Little, right? Cam Little, man. That was
Little last
huge.
name, big leg.
There you go, man.